Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and today we are going to be starting a brand new custom modular building here in the LEGO City. Recently, for the clone base, I was placing a couple Bricklink orders, and I figured I would grab a few different types of pieces to create custom buildings for the city. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to start a new building in one of these spaces right over here. So now the only question is, where exactly do I want to put one of these buildings here? And there is a number of spaces that I could take. I could take this right here, although it's pretty small, so I don't know if a building would fit there. There is this L shape here, which I'm saving for the train yard here. There is this base plate. There's another one there, and there is two more beyond that. So there's quite a bit of space right there. And then there's one next to the Jazz Club, and then there's the 16 by 16 right there, a full base plate right there, and then this corner as well. So there's a lot of space to choose from. There is also the space right over there where the police station used to be, as you guys can see right there. And I'm saving that for the botanical garden because I think that would look pretty good there. But this area right here is pretty much open for the taking. And so I think we're going to take that half base plate right there, just because if I take this, then I can move this around as needed. So if I want to put it here, I can do that. It'd be pretty lonely on this side of the street, but I think we can get that to work and we can figure out exactly where we're placing it later. So we'll take the half base plate, and then worst case, if we need to make it bigger, we could grab a full base plate and we can see how it goes. All right, so at this very moment in time, I do not have a plan for this. I have a fair amount of medium blue bricks here, and I have some more in my collection, but these are the ones that I had bought from the Bricklink seller for the Star Wars mock, and so had these in the store, and so I figured I'd get them and try to make a mock out of them. And so here I am, and I will have to find the other pieces that I have in my collection, but these will probably end up being the facade of some type, and so I have no idea where this is going to go, but let me grab a few different types of pieces, and I'll see what I can come up with. All right, so this is kind of the general premise of what I'm going for. I decided that the half base plate was not going to be enough space, so I went ahead and I grabbed a full base plate here, and this is kind of what I'm working with here. This is going to be like a little area for the staircase to go up to the next level, because I do want to add a staircase in, and so by putting this here, it's going to remind me to put that in. And then the holes on each of the four edges here are just for the Technic bricks, because I haven't gotten those in yet. And then the bricks along here, these is all tentative, it's all temporary, but I just wanted to get a perimeter going for the building just to see how everything would look. And then the medium blue is up at the front here, and I think that looks pretty good. These are going to be on jumpers, so that's why they are halfway between the studs here. And then the door would probably go here. I could also move that down a little bit and then put it here instead. And so that is pretty much it. That's all I've got so far, but I think this is looking pretty good so far. And for those of you wondering what it's going to be, my idea at the moment is a post office. I think that could be really cool to have a place for people to drop off mail and to drop packages off or to pick stuff up. And then this is kind of like the one-stop shop. And then upstairs would probably be an apartment or maybe some other like little studio space. Haven't fully decided on that yet, but the first floor I'm thinking is going to be a little post office, and then under the stairs here, like probably this area here, will be like a back room for all the mail and packages, and then there's the back door, obviously. And so I think that is kind of where I'm going with this. It's pretty narrow. It's only at its widest here, it is, I think, 15 studs deep. So it's not crazy big, but it does work. I could also make it one bigger to make it an even 16, and then that way I could just get a couple 8x16 plates or 16x16s and then put them in. Could do that. Haven't fully decided on it yet, but this is kind of what we're working with right now, and I think this looks pretty good. So let me continue working on it, and I'll try to get some more ideas going, and I'll show you what I come up with. All right, so this is what I've come up with so far, and I actually quite like this. I think this is starting to shape up pretty well. I only have one of these arches, unfortunately, in medium nougat, so I have to get another one. But the Lego store, the last time I was there, had these on the pick-a-brick wall. So I will just have to remember to pick up one more. And then I like all the tan bricks in here. I think that looks pretty good. And then the medium blue accents in here as well. Also, I think look pretty good. And I used the back end of the 1x4 masonry brick up top. I think that just gives it a little bit of a nice touch. And then the door frame here, I would like to put some stained glass up here if possible. So I'm going to look into doing that. And then as for this section right here, I want it to be a big window, but I have an arch here and I have an arch here. And so I would like to arch this if I can, but I'm kind of struggling to figure out how to do that. So I'm going to try and do that for the next clip, because this area isn't really shaping up to how I want it to be. I originally had the medium blue bricks on the bottom and then these clear panels up top. And it looked kind of plain and kind of boring, and so I wanted to spruce it up a little bit, but haven't been able to find anything that I quite like yet. So I'm going to continue working on that, and I'll show you guys if I come up with anything interesting. All right, so a lot of time has passed since that last clip, and this is pretty much what I've gotten up to so far. It's kind of haphazard, but there's a lot going on here, so I'm going to break it down, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I did. And so pretty much we're going to start on the left here. I did go to the Lego store in between the last clips, and so I managed to get another arch, and so that is going to go there. And I also got enough to make arches for the second and third floors as well, and maybe like a little balcony in here, but I don't know if that's something that I want to do, but I picked up the arches just in case. And so the blue is the same, the door is the same, but the stained glass up top is new. And also this window, I managed to get a little arch going on it as well, because this has an arch and this has an arch. So I wanted some kind of arch here as well. And I think this looks okay. It's not perfect by any means, but I think it's better than just having it squared off. And so I'm going to leave it as it is for now. The windows I tried having them on jumpers and like how the blue is right here, but I couldn't get it to work how I wanted it to. So I just pushed it back one stud. And so now that is how that looks. And I think that looks pretty good. I'm happy with it. And so that is pretty much it for the front. I did finish this off and tile it on top. I was going to use dark gray, but I didn't think it looked that great. And so I wanted to kind of have it blend in with the building a little better. So I went with the dark tan. And I think that looks pretty good. And I do have this Lion Knight head piece from a very old set, but I was thinking maybe I could put that up here as well, but haven't really gotten around to that yet. I don't know if that's something that I want to do. I also have it in light bluish gray here, so maybe I could add those in at some point as well. But like I said, this is a post office, and so I have a couple of these package pieces just sitting out front just to remind myself of what it is. And I think this building looks good. I was going for a very old look, and I think I was able to accomplish that here. I think this looks good. This wall, on the other hand, does not look very good to me. I don't have a lot of regular tan bricks, so I just had to use all of the masonry bricks that I had left. I will definitely end up replacing these with regular bricks for the most part, and also the Technic pins. I don't have any with the one Technic hole in the middle, so those Technic bricks need to be replaced. And then on the back here is where it starts to fall apart just a little bit, because I ran out of tan brick, and so I don't really have a whole lot going on here. I do want to add a second window, and then maybe a couple vines growing up the back here just to give it a little bit more detail, because as it is right now, I think it needs it. And then over here is going to be like a back entrance almost. And then on the side here is just a continuation of the medium nougat. And also I'm missing the Technic bricks again. So that is something to note for the next update here. But I think this side looks fine as it is. There's a little too many masonry bricks for my liking, but again, it's all I had. So I unfortunately couldn't use regular bricks because I didn't have them. But overall, I'm happy with this. I think it looks good. And so let's place it in the city where I think it's going to end up, and we can see how it looks. All right, so here it is next to the Lego store and my custom flower shop here. I think it looks pretty good here, and it's also right next to the hardware store as well. There is a 16 by 16 gap in between the two, but I could fill that with a small building. That's not really a problem. And so I think this looks pretty good where it is right now. And I like the depth on this side next to the Lego store. And then I just have to figure out what exactly I want to put in that area right there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it turned out good, and I'm excited to keep working on it. I am going to need to place an order for a few different types of pieces for this though, so that is something to look out for in the near future. But that's going to wrap up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what I did, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as click the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads. If you guys have any feedback for me on this new build, make sure to drop a comment down below to let me know what you think. And if there's anything you want me to add, make sure to drop a comment down below as well. Once again, seriously, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye for now.